It's Mohim for Boxing Domination, and today I'm joined by Zak Chelli here at Westfield, London. Zak, first of all, long time, how you been?
Yeah, been good, been training hard since the fight. I got out the ring, I just wanted to get back in the ring. I don't feel myself on the night. A lot of people have been messaging me, telling me it was a close fight, could have gone your way, but I still want to felt myself. The first 5 rounds started too slow. Obviously, everything for a reason, alhamdulillah, but we're moving forward and I can't wait to be back out.
Since your defeat against Mark Jeffers, which was a bit of a hard one to take, really, what's life been like, and the sparring you just had just now as well?
Yeah, I just had, literally I went back straight to training. My father's had to go to Tunisia to look after his mum. Left me in the great hands of Barry, so now Barry O'Connell, my main trainer now, training me every day. Life's been great, been working on new things. He's the extra trainer of George Groves, and he says I got a similar style, so it's all gelling well. Just had finished sparring, great 6 rounds, had another 6 rounds on Friday. Yeah, life's going great.
And I want to talk to you about, the partnership with Barry, of course. Barry's trained, at one moment he had about 10 or 15 fighters in his camp. He also had Anthony Ogogo, George Groves, when he was fighting David Brophy as well, and Badu Jack, I believe. I know you sparred George Groves in the past. What was that like? I've always wanted to ask you.
It was good. I don't think he likes my dad very much, because my dad filmed it secretly.
Yeah.
I think it's up on Facebook somewhere. Yeah, I'll say I get the bit of him. You can see for yourself. But everyone says George Groves doesn't do too well in spars, does he?
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the bit of him. Dad saying, Zach, knock him out. You know how my dad typically is. Yeah, so it was all fun. But at the time, I was really unknown. So my dad would film my sparring with George Groves, James Gill, Eubank, to get myself known. And you know what, it worked. So thank you to my dad, because I've got myself in a good position, fighting on Sky Sports and BT Sports. So it was all great, yeah.
Like, that really got people to speak on it as well, because I remember when you was fighting Umar Sadiq, and he was saying a lot of things about you.
It was a big fight, built up like it was like a huge title fight, wasn't it? Like all of London. That should have been for a title, but it was only my 5th fight, and it was his only 3rd fight, but yeah, it went really well. And
of course, in your career as well, you were meant to fight Mark Heffron, and the fight didn't happen, and it ended up being Mark Jeffers. What was your initial reaction when you saw him pulling out and Mark Jeffers sort of coming through?
Honestly, I spoke with my team about it, and we felt like it was all planned, because they're managed by the same manager. We felt that it was all planned. He was training hard for me. He knew me, and it was like a bit of a surprise. But alhamdulillah, I think for a reason. I'm looking forward to the future. I would love that rematch with Mark Jeffers. Hopefully the British board put out fight for the English title, because really and truly we fought for the Commonwealth title, so the title should have been vacated, English title, but they just gave it straight to him, which is against the actual rules. If you look at rules, point 21 something, it's actually against the rules, should have been made vacant. So hopefully they'll rectify that and make us fight for the title.
And one thing I've realised about you, and I spoke to Barry about this, and I spoke to so many other fighters as well, and coaches in British boxing, it's like you're one of the few fighters that's been fighting unbeaten fighters back to back. You fought, I believe it was Mike McGoldrick, you stopped him, you went and fought...
That was another unbeaten guy. On the same night, it was 2 unbeaten boxers.
Yeah, and then you fought Umar Sadiq very early on in your career.
Cody Davis was unbeaten.
Cody Davis, Anthony Sims, you battered him.
So a lot of unbeaten fights I've got,
And
I'm happy though, I like to bring a challenge. That's what boxing is about. I feel like back in the day, like Muhammad Ali, he's had losses, Mike Tyson's had losses, but they fought all each other.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard, they all fought each other. And now people, they want to be like the new Mayweather. Oh, I'm unbeaten. And that's not really fighting. You're picking and choosing. First get to that world title level, then you can pick and choose. Don't pick and choose that early bit of your career, then it's not really boxing, is it? Just might as well be sparring.
And if the Mark Jeffers fight doesn't happen next, have you got any other plans in sight? Or?
Well, I still have the WBA Continental title, so I'll be happy to defend that. But I trust my team, and I trust Sky Sports, especially John Wish and Ben Shalom. Work well with them, and I know they'll get me something good. Hopefully, I'll be on that October card against, on the undercard of Danasis and Boatsi. That'll be a nice one.
And of course, with many ups and downs, there's always a reward. You've had a very good fight against Jack Cullen, which most people thought you beat him, but turned out to be a controversial draw. Then the Cody Davis fight. I want to ask you, you're a boxer with from an Islamic background, you're a Muslim. I want to ask you, what's it like fighting, and especially training in like the month where you're fasting as well?
Well, I've come used to it. People find fasting hard, no food, no water. But I just change the training, train at night or train early in the morning before you break your fast, before you start your fast. Yeah, I've gotten used to it. So it's not. Everyone asks me how do you do it, but me, I feel I'll be lying to them if I say it's really hard. It's really easy, man. You can do it yourself.
One more thing, you're actually one of the few fighters in British boxing who who've actually pursued a degree as well as fighting, and I've always been seeing you train at State of Mind Fitness Gym. I've sort of seen you go to different gyms, do sparring with your dad, who's a lovely man, who's given me some fantastic advices. I want to ask you, what's that been like? Because I know doing a degree at Surrey University, and by the way, congrats on getting your degree.
Thank you.
What's that like? I mean, to sort of balance it out.
In the beginning, my mum was always said you need a plan B, because you never know. You break your hand, you lose an eye, who knows what could happen, right? You need a plan B. So imagine if I never had a degree, I wouldn't, because then COVID hit, and alhamdulillah, it actually came into plan. I used my degree to become a supply teacher, working in primary schools and secondary schools in every single subject. So it actually did come in handy in the end. I thought I was never going to use it, but I did. And also it's a business management degree, so you never know. Inshallah, I'll make a good amount of money from boxing. End up using that degree to start my own business. You never know. So you always need a plan B, because you never know what could happen in the end, right?
And thanks so much.
Thank you.